want to start it? Yes, I am sure. Your event is
maybe not.
starting. Hi, everybody. We're live. And if we're not, I'm sorry. It says we're live. And it says I have bad streaming. And if it's bad, I apologize. But we were sitting here waiting on Nick, and he's not here. But welcome, Simon. We have Simon here.
Hello.
Most people probably know him as Wolf Tam.
Yeah.
Or did I say that right or wrong? Did I say it
No,
right?
it's just Wolf Tam.
Wolf Tam.
Waste of ink, time, and money.
Yes, exactly. Waste of time and money. So what all is a waste of time and money? Just in general.
Well, when I first started vaping, I was wasting shitloads of money and time.
Yeah, exactly.
But at that stage, I didn't really know it was going to work for me. But hey, it does.
Mm-hmm.
It's all good. Who's out there? Oh, hello, Joel. Hi, Frank.
Yeah, I was gonna say, who do I have here? I just went over to the screen to my chat. Who do I have? Live chat. Okay, here we go. I have Joel. He was first. Lumi was second, and Tam Vapes was third.
Oh, Tam, how'd you get third?
Yeah. So boy, I look fuzzy on my YouTube. Do I look fuzzy to everybody else? Or is it just the streaming quality? Is it just that?
No, you're not fuzzy.
Okay. So I also have Lady Loves Vapor. How you doing? And Simon and the Lizard, Aaron Arant. How you doing? Of course, I already said Joel. He's vaping on Shindo's cornbread pudding. Have I tried his cornbread pudding? Or is that new? Or is that a one shot? I don't know. That's weird. If it's a recipe, Joel, let me know. So who else did I miss? Steve's here. Daytime Frank, and I'm not going to do the DTF chant, so don't even, unless one of you guys want to do it. Last time I did it, and I was looking out.
Well, DTF has always meant something totally different to me.
Right. Yeah, so I did it last week.
And while I really like Frank, nah.
No, you're not. And so I was like, I'm not ever doing that again. No. So Julia's here. How you doing? And Stalker, someone was asking me about you the other day. And I was like, Stalker's still around. He takes a break from us crazies sometimes. And sometimes I take a day or two off from the crazy. And sometimes you just gotta like refresh from like the social
Crazy Town.
Yes, from Crazy Town. I need some music that says crazy. Yeah, exactly. So
Julia, has Julia started at Chef's yet?
Oh, I don't know. When do you start at Julia at Chef's? I don't know if she's moved yet. I need to pull up. And I need to pull up. I just closed Discord. And I was supposed to pull off those links. Hold on, let me pull that back up. So my bad, I'm always goofing something up.
Next week.
So you got a busy week next week. Moving is always
Compared to hitting yourself in the head with a hammer, moving's awesome fun.
Oh, well, this is very true.
I've decided that I'm just putting roots down here because I just can't be fucked moving. I bombed. I F-bombed. So
you
naughty.
You can F-bomb on here. You can do that here. Now my Discord's like, no, you're not going to open. Fuck you. Okay.
We need a swear jar. Or donate. It's Nick.
I'm like,
Nick's coming.
This whole thing was Nick's idea, and he's not even here.
He's a late comer.
Well, Tam.
I'm like, yeah.
Tam, now that Nick's here, I can say I am really, really excited to talk about the 1% of the population, you know, the ultra wealthy in their lifestyles.
Right.
Um,
Yes.
Well, that's what we need. You know,
we're
lifestyles of
talking
the poor.
about DIY e-liquid, right?
Yeah, no, we're not here for that. No, we're not here.
The 1% e-liquid recipes, is it possible? How you do it? How you going to taste anything? So that's kind of what we're going to get into today, if I'm right.
Yes, that I think was Nick's. That was Nick's theory on this. Yes, am I right, Nick?
So it's Nick's baby. We should let him have it.
What, the 1%?
Yes.
Take it away, Nick.
Mine failed.
Oh!
I had a failure.
You had a failure and you admit it. So everybody mark it down. Nick failed and he admitted it. Like day for DIY.
Granted, I only made it today.
Well, that happens. What you need to do is just crank up the wattage a bit, mate.
Oh, I put it
So
on
are you going to
150.
share with us like what you did and maybe why it could have failed or?
Yeah. Are we live already?
Yes.
All right.
3:45 is the time to go live or what time did I put on the thing to put? Oh my gosh.
No, you wait for me.
4?
You wait for me and they wait for me.
Well, I said I was waiting for you, but I don't remember now. I said 3:45, but I don't remember if I scheduled us at 4 or 3:30.
45 for me, innit?
Yeah, 8:45. My bad.
Yeah, right. Let me just share this now.
So yeah, we're real with it, people. Can you tell? Now it says my stream is good. Every time I start it, says I'm bad. It tells me I'm a bad girl. Isn't that sad?
Okay, you ready?
It always tells.
It's there.
Well, here's the failure.
No one. Okay, hold on. Let me look. So okay, so what's the what's wrong with it? What tastes bad about it, or what?
Tastes like a beer.
That'd be your week.
Tastes like a beer with ice cream on top.
An ice cream, a beer spider.
Yeah, it's a beer float. But that might calm down because I only made it today because it was a last minute sort of thing.
Well, that is good that you prepared.
Hectic week. Anyway, I'll explain it. Fried dough, wheat is the bun part of it. But that's where the beer is coming from. Obviously, the yeast, the caramel to sort of like cook the wheat and give it like a brown sugar sort of vibe, and then obviously the frosting and the cinnamon run through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, shit.
Well, what if? Okay, now a lot of times when I do an off flavor mix, it has to take a nap. I'm just saying, like a steep, an overnight sleep, if you will.
Yeah, I haven't binned it yet anyway, so.
And then like the next day, I'm like, oh my God, this is so different than it was the day before. So it'll be interesting if it's different tomorrow.
Yeah.
So don't throw it out yet.
No, I won't. I'll.
You might be surprised.
I'll throw it out tomorrow.
Okay, I'm pulling us.
got to give it a bit of time there, you know. Actually, speaking of, because we're talking about 1%, I got a document today, which is, not today, 2 days ago, which is from Flavora, which is usage percentage for all their flavors. It's very similar to the resource information, except it has all the new ones on it as well. I think you saw I posted it to you, Tam. I'll just chuck it
Yeah.
into chat just so
Yeah, that would be great.
it's in my Dropbox. So feel free to download it.
Awesome.
It's got,
Because I know, but I will tell you from that document, please do not mix jammy berry. What was the percentage? I
to
can't
1%, I think it said. Yeah.
Starting percentage was like something like don't do it.
Yeah, don't do 1%. Look, I mean, it's got a range, and what I'd suggest is take it with a grain of salt. Look at it like ELR percentages, and start at the low end. Yeah, a little bit less than the low end, and then work up if you need to. But some of them are a little bit sort of skewy, and you sit there going, "Oh no, I don't think I'd use that there." But you know, like it's a good guide for, particularly for starting, you know, your flavor tests and stuff like that. You can sort of, you know, on the low end, start at half that, and then do their recommended minimum for your flavor tests, and just see how you roll with that. But decent document anyway, and it's a lot better than, you know, what some companies put out and give you a range of between 0 and 100%.
Okay,
But-
sorry, I'm pulling up these recipes. So who is the 1% of the population here? I don't know.
Not me.
Not you. I'm not. I know I'm not. So I'm not worried about that.
We're living lifestyles of the poor and worthless rather than the rich and famous.
Exactly. I know you sent me a smoky recipe. I can't find, where did you send that?
The variation on Smokey's bubblegum.
That was that was not her recipe, that was yours.
Yeah, she's got a grape bubblegum.
Okay.
And I did a variation of it with a strawberry.
Okay, I have all yours pulled up now. Okay, so I have, let me see here. Is that the puree clone? Oh,
No, that's a sweetener. Yep.
Okay, let me go back to where I got. Lemon bloom.
Lemon bloom, yeah, lemon bloom's nice. It's a nice lemon with a sort of like a lemon cordial with elderflower, which is pretty nice.
Nice.
The Moscato gives it a little bit of sparkle, not much because it sort of
I'm going to
dies
share
off.
it. Hold on.
Yeah, cool.
Talk about it then. And tell about what we're looking at too. This is
Vaping Community.
If you have not seen this is Vaping Community, and you can see here. And am I logged in? I'm not logged in.
No, not logged in. No. All good. When you post a recipe to someone as a share, it comes up as that. But lemon bloom is as you can see without sweetener, which is the pure clone, which I've detailed the recipe for the pure clone on the other side, which is a stevia mix that I make. But the Moscato is fairly heavy in that. It comes across very nicely, and the lime helps the lemon. Medicine flower lemon, probably one of their best flavors. And the elderflower is a nice note to it. It's over here they sell a cordial, which is basically lemon and elderflower. And I had a customer request a similar recipe, so I'll come up with this one, which, as you can see, without sweetener, is 0.99 or 0.98, which is pretty low.
So your sweetener is called a pure. Say that for me.
Yeah, it's pure. Pure is a stevia mix that you can buy in the States.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't buy it in Australia. And one of the guys in the States, Chewy, I think it was, came up with a pure clone, which is got a little bit of
cider vinegar.
Yep, there you go. So stevia Reb A, which is the white powder, and a natural citric acid mix, which I make, which is basically a 10% powder citric acid and a bit of yep. So it's pretty easy to make. It's But the
So
citric
I can
acid,
share this recipe, right? Yes.
yeah, go for it.
Okay,
The citric
How
acid
do I spell
and the pure with the apple cider vinegar will always help your fruits quite nicely. So that's 1%, and that one actually works. So
Okay, so I just shared that. So, Julie, you haven't got to mix lately? She said she missed. Oh, I guess it's all packed up. Oh, okay. And there's Papa Chigley in the chat. Welcome. And who else did I just see? Mark Hansen, how are you doing? And Michael Morris, how are you doing? Who else have I met? Anybody else? I think I got everybody. Okay. And of course, I have a lot of, what is it? 3%, 2.5%, but 1% recipes. I just don't.
I've got a couple of 1% recipes, but you've got to bear in mind when you're doing them that low, you're probably going to be vaping them fairly high wattage wise.
Right.
Like if you're vaping that in a MTL or a sub-ohm tank, you're really probably not going to get the best out of them. It's just way it rolls.
So
What do we
here
got here?
is your bubble gum. The Bubba's Berry.
Yep. Yeah, that's a variation on one of Smokey's recipes, which is her grape bubble gum. The percentages are extremely low in that, and if you sort of mix it, think about it as chewing gum that is been chewed for about 15 minutes. you know how you get that first big burst of flavor in chewing gum and then it sort of settles down. That's what that one comes out like. Which is, look, I mean, I'm a massive fan of low flavoring, because I find if you're super low on things and you're hunting for the flavor a little bit, it's more likely to turn into an all-day vape than it is if you are super intense with the flavoring, because you get sick of it really quickly. So,
right,
but
I agree.
yeah, I think Smokey's variation, she puts some menthol in there as well, and uses the grape bubble gum.
There we go. She's at 2%, which is like, I mean, still that's like ridiculously low. And
you can cut that grape in half on that too. You can cut the grape in half on that and it works. So it's look, I mean, from every grape flavor that's been invented, all I get is Hubba Bubba. So I could probably do a single flavor mix of grape and get Hubba Bubba chewing gum as it is.
Right.
I'm not a fan of that bubble gum.
Yeah. You're not.
It's a subtle one though, Mick.
No, it's like all the others, powdery or whatever. The only good bubble gum is mullenberry.
It is powdery, yeah, and with the cream and dragon fruit, it tends to lose a little bit of that dryness that you get from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which is a good thing. I'm not much of a fan of bubblegum, end of story. It's just, I mean, but you have a play with it, see what comes out.
Well, it's weird because bubblegum can be anything. Bubblegum, it's subjective again because it's made from the esters of strawberry and banana, but yet you don't taste strawberry and banana when you chew bubblegum. It's more of a texture sort of thing, bubblegum.
Yeah.
I suppose that's why they got to have the powdery with it, because you associate it more with a bubblegum if it's powdery.
Yeah, absolutely. My God, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning and someone's texting me already. God.
Wow. Yeah, that's true. For Simon, at 6 a.m. in the morning. Oh my gosh.
Sparrows have not even farted yet.
Oh, wait. Did I see Dean Taylor came in and he didn't? Wait, does he usually always announce, like, I'm here? Like.
Yes, Frank. The Swapsies.
Tonsil tennis. That's it. Yeah. Oh, and Mark Sr. couldn't be here. It's his son's fault. He he was burning something. It got in Mark's throat, and he's coughing and can't talk really well. So anyway, he's in the chat. So Mark, if you have a 1%er, or if you're living in the 1%, let us know.
And we'll all hit you up for a loan.
Tammy, did you make a 1%er?
No, I did not.
So you're telling me I come unprepared and you haven't even got one?
It was your idea. It was your idea.
Fucking blame game. Put the spotlight on me. At least I attempted something.
Exactly. Liana, how are you doing? Yeah.
Go on, Ted.
I'll be honest. I sat down this week. And I was telling Vapin Trucker earlier. It's just been an off couple of weeks for me. It's been really off, and I don't like it. I don't like it. Hey, Raven. I don't like it at all because it's just not what I usually am with mixing. But it's just been an off couple of weeks, and like I sit down and I'm like gonna mix something, and I'm like, it's just all Greek to me. Like not really Greek. That's funny, isn't it? Like.
Time to do a Greek yogurt.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I could flavor test, get some plain Greek yogurt and put some flavors in it. That's a good idea.
Yeah, that'll work.
And that would be all Greek. So there you go. So yeah, it's just been like a 1% recipe. So I sat and was like, okay, I could take one of my 2% recipes and
just chopping it off.
And tear it apart and make it a 1% recipe. And I was like, but why? Because Nick said so?
That's right.
Is that not enough reason?
That is. I'm glad you know.
Okay, Tam Vapes. He's got 1 drop of Alpine strawberry. He's got it right. Drops. 1 drop of Flavora, lime, 1 drop of mango, and a drop of sweet coconut. What do you reckon? I think that would probably be about I don't even know if that would be a 1% recipe.
1 drop in what?
What would it?
10 mil? 10 mil would work.
1 drop in a litre. That won't be 1%.
That'd be vaping unflavored, but yeah, all good.
Drops. Who does drops now though?
Smokey does drops all the time.
Yeah, you can't record drops accurately.
Yeah, that's a good argument right there. Yeah. I have
not an argument. It's not an argument. It's like you can't do it.
I am with you. I am.
You don't want to get in the middle of this, but you're in. You can't do it.
But for a reproducible recipe, it's but each their own. People do things different ways, and if that's the way you're used to doing it, then if it works for you,
there's 1%. There's 1% of mixers that still do drops.
That's what we're talking about. The 1%.
Yeah. It's probably not even 1% out of 100. I don't even think 1 do it. But
yeah, this is about mixing juice, vape juice. Great. So yeah, 1%, 2%, close enough, I think. So Mark says he is a 2% that's working. So
just take a 2% recipe, cut it in half, and double your watts. And it's available.
Yeah.
But I mean, something with 1% recipes or any really low percentage recipes, it's so much easier if you use one flavor house.
Oh, absolutely. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, it's because, I mean, while different flavors obviously have different percentages, if you're going to do a really low one, stick to, the same flavor house or one that's a similar sort of strength, like medicine flower and FLV.
Yeah, medicine flower.
There's probably some of the inner wearers will work, but there's you have to know what you're playing with to even get it close to
know the
working.
flavors, to know which ones are going to be strong enough to do in that low of a percentage.
Yep, for sure. But I don't know. What are we talking about now? We've done all the 1% recipes we found. We'll just shut down.
Good job, Nick.
Okay, bye all. What do you got for us, Nick?
Good job, Nick. What else we got?
I've done my I showed my binner.
You showing your binner? Your what?
The one
what he's got a bin.
Oh, okay. I got
I'll try it at 1,000 watts first, and then.
At 1,000 watts.
Just plug in the mains power, mate. You'll be right.
Oh, it's 0.8% sub vapes. Oh, that's probably about right. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think that's 1%. But yeah, it's easy to do a 1%er with all flavour, definitely, especially with those ingredients: lime, strawberry. Yeah, except I would push mango and sweet coconut a little bit more. But lime and alpine strawberry definitely. But you could push it. I don't know.
That's where you got to limit yourself, really, because there's some really good flavors, but you just can't get away with using them so low.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to think of a profile first, and then you try and work it around, and then you got to use concentrates that you didn't really want to use just because they're stronger.
Right.
And you try and make something raspberry, and you think, "Oh fuck it, I'll put alpine strawberry in it, call it raspberry." That'll work.
Yeah, you can have a play with it. But I mean,
flavor or red raspberry, you can't get away with using that less than 1%.
Well, yeah, that's right, and I mean that's a cordial vape anyway. That's a cordial concentrate basically. I don't know. Do you guys have cordial over there? I know you do in England, but I'm not sure about it. Yeah. So Tam's drinking some now.
Yeah, I know it. My water bottle, it's got. I'm not saying.
It's pink.
It just has,
it's not water.
It has Michael Katz. How you doing? He's running late.
I
talked with him forever. It has what does it have? It's that powder stuff. You know, Kool-Aid. It's not Kool-Aid, it's crystallized.
Jim Jones.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. Yeah. No, it's So have you got any new hardware? Let's move to that. The 1% mixers that have new hardware.
No new hardware.
I'm one of the 1%ers that has a new mod this week. And Liana got one too this week as well. And right now my squonker's out of it because I'm cleaning it. Because I realized I didn't want that flavor in it. But I got
Frank's doing a mix of vodka and crystal meth at 1%.
Oh, that's not good. Don't do that. I got the new topside. What is this called?
Carbon
fiber. Whatever. Carbon. And this is nice. Really nice.
Is that your 7th topside?
Say who?
Is that your 7th topside?
I think it's my 5th.
You're laughing there as if I was miles off. 5 topsides. You don't even use them all. You can't fucking pick all them up. For one, you can only hold one at once because they weigh like a brick.
Yeah, but I have to switch juices like all day. I need variety in my life when it comes to juice.
You might have to take it apart, Frank, if it's being an arsehole and the resistance is jumpy. Either that or just clean out the 510.
You need to clean it.
I'm mine, Frank. Mine's dead.
Still dead?
That's because that's the thing with these. Oh, my battery just fell out. If you leave the battery door open on the bottom, the batteries are going to fall out.
That happens.
You know. And if you overfill it, and it's going to say, oh, I didn't overfill it. It's going to get into the circuit board and it's going to fuck up.
Make it dead.
That's what happened, yeah. But I think like you pay so much for a mod, it should be a bit resistant to something like that.
I don't
Yeah,
actually
I
have
agree.
one though, Nick. But is it easy take apart? Because you could probably just clean the board with some isopropyl alcohol and bring it back. I've done that a couple of times. I had
I've
a
heard
customer.
people actually do something like that. That they've
Yeah.
Does look easy to take apart, yeah. I haven't
But
tried.
I mean, if you just douse it in isopropyl alcohol, it'll clean any juice off the board. And I mean, what you got nothing to lose to give it a crack.
Yeah, I probably will because it is quite nice. I mean, I don't need 12 of them, but it is nice.
Oh, poor Frank. Oh, see, Lady Loves Vapor is right there with me. She has 5 top sides too. See? I have this single. I have where are they? I have this purple dual. So you have to admit, this right here is pretty sweet dual compared to this purple. And then I have this purple single. So I just love them. They're so convenient, and they actually, and I know this sounds crazy, but in my opinion, they taste good. Like they fire nice. Like you don't have to wait for it hits immediately. It just is a good vaping mod.
I started going back to RTAs now. Just because I think they're a little more convenient.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a couple of RTAs going, but I just don't get the same. It can't keep up with me.
The M25 will.
Who's that?
QP Designs. Fatality.
Am I going to get good flavor?
That will keep up.
Am I going to get good flavor?
Just as good as an RDA.
You'll have to send me a link to that because I don't know what that is.
Bottom airflow and side airflow. You can fully adjust it.
Frank knows what it is then. Is that what he's saying in M25?
Yeah, the M25 Fatality.
Fatality.
I do like the Fatality stuff. It's pretty nice, eh?
It's about 75 quid, 70 quid.
Not cheap, but still good gear.
Yeah.
Actually, I've got a link I'll post in chat if anyone's interested in the SX Mini X class.
Yeah, I'm kind of unsure about that. But there's the link there because it'll be what, $90?
It's the RRP is 141. If you use the code WOOFER, you'll get 35% off. So you'll get it for $92, which is a bargain. That's US bucks.
It's a bargain.
Bargain.
What's that?
Yeah, look, that's the X class, the auto squonker.
I like the look of it a lot. I really do, and I like the way it feels. And it fills out like the filler for it. How high does it go in wattage? Is it still like a?
It's a Yeehee chip, so it'll do 200 and.
Oh, it's still like a.
Yeah, it's a dual battery.
18650.
That's right.
Yeah.
Bargain.
Yeah, it's a fairly big mod, and the reservoirs don't hold that much. So if that link, there's also you can buy the extra reservoirs on the same site,
like
for
pods, if you will.
Yeah, for $2.50. So I'll post that as well. So if you want the you can just carry around extra juice in your reservoir and flick it out, and you'll be all good. But so if anyone wants to get hold of them, they've got 33 left. So get onto it.
Wow. Interesting.
And they're good guys. These guys, I've dealt with them before when they used to sell concentrates. I got a wholesale account with them. But I don't know how they used to do it because they used to have their fulfillment done by Nick River, and they used to sell cheaper than Nick River. So I'm not sure how they managed that one.
Wait, who is this?
This is the ejuices.com. They used to sell concentrates as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now they just sell the juice. Yeah.
But they do a bit of hardware as well, and pretty reasonable prices. We lost
so
Nick.
that's for this link. Oh, so it's shipping from California.
Yeah.
I see that. He does that sometimes. He comes and goes. So it's shipping from California, basically.
Yep. And I believe
Okay.
it's probably shipping directly from the importer rather than coming from them. So, Smokey's in the house.
Smokey, how you doing?
We were just talking about your
We're just talking
recipes. There you go.
Do you have a 1% recipe you want to share? I'm cleaning a quill really quick before I put it on this.
Smokey's wearing a nappy. What the?
What's a nappy? When I think of a nappy, I think of baby
Diaper.
pajamas. Oh, yes. Yeah, a diaper.
I think she means a
Or
sleep
a
bag.
bib. Did you just wake up? Oh, she finally got a nappy. She didn't say she was wearing a nappy. Oh.
Yeah, Frank. Never judge. Never judge.
Alpine 0.2, raspberry 0.6. There you go, Nick. There's your raspberry.
Nah, not buying it.
It didn't send out notifications, Laurie? Oh, I'm sorry.
You could put a bit of vanilla with that too, Smokey. That'd be nice. Bit of smooth vanilla, about 0.15.
Yeah, smooth vanilla is nice, though. Especially somebody was asking today in another chat what would be good for a pot or a mouth-long or pod of vanilla that to use in a pot or mouth-long, and I said vanilla.
And Trucker's back
Trucker's
too.
back. He must have parked. Quickie out of blood juice. What that? Oh, the one she posted. Okay.
There you go. I could show my. Actually, I could show my 1% rig, Tam. Here's my
Okay.
1% rig.
Oh, hold on. Let me move. You're behind my chat window. Oh, what is that?
That's the rule breaker.
Oh, your water.
Yeah, the water with the water cooler on top.
Yeah, the water cooler. Frank, smooth vanilla at 2%, 50 milligram salt. Oh no. He must be smoking crack.
That'd be delightful. That's not so smooth vanilla.
He's smoking it for real. Oh, she's saying if you get freaky, add 0.2% coconut.
Bryn's in the house. Mr. Mango.
Yes, he's the mango man, and I'm still need to get Tulubarone mango because of him. Still on my list.
If anyone ever has any questions about mango, ask Bryn. He knows.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I don't have glasses on my head.
I don't think there's a mango made that he doesn't have, just quietly.
You know, if you like it.
Good question.
So anyway, hi Laurie, glad you at least made it. Sorry you didn't get notifications. And welcome back, Trucker.
And I've got to give a shout out to Dean because I love reading the descriptions on his recipe. They always make me laugh.
Oh, I know, right? And his pictures too, yeah. Medicine flower. Oh, he doesn't have medicine flower mango.
I've got medicine flower mango, and I hear a lot of people say it's the most awesome mango ever. Not for me. It's okay.
No.
For me, it's not. An Australian mango is super juicy, super sweet, and medicine flower just doesn't hit that. It's a realistic, it's very real mango, but it just doesn't have that sweetness that you want, that I want from a mango. You know, but look, I mean, it's good. Oh, Mike's on his side. He tipped his truck over.
I think either Wonder Flavors or Vape Train Shisha Mangoes are best.
I like Vape Train mango juice.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I like
That's a really nice one. It's quite thick. It's and FLB mango is pretty good too, I've got to say. And
for more authentic, I think that's a better one.
Yep.
But have you tried FE mango?
I do have FE mango. That's very good.
It's a good combo to combine. I like to combine them.
I do a mix with the Vape Train mango juice, FE mango, and Goldeneye from Nick River, which isn't too bad. Goldeneye is not a super sweet mango either, but it gives you that slight bitterness sometimes that you want out of a mango.
Isn't it a mixture? Is it a straight mango or is it a mixture of other fruits too?
No. Goldeneye, I'm pretty sure it's just a straight mango.
Oh, it's just a mango. Okay, I just knew I had it and I didn't know. I couldn't remember. It's one of the first ones I got from Nicotine River a while ago.
Actually, I just got a whole heap of their Flavor Revolutions, which are on clearance. Some of them are really good, eh? Like the strawberry cantaloupe is pretty spot on. It's quite weak, but it's a really good flavour. It's one that I really like. And their West Coast Punch, which is a nice watermelon. None of these are in the 1% range, though, I'll tell you now.
Oh, no? Oh, I'm missing tools. I'm missing tools.
Mike, you there, mate?
I thought you stopped driving. Are you still driving?
Yeah, I'm still driving. I was going to stop my signal back there.
Stalker's asking, you probably can't see chat. Stalker's asking, how do you keep your windscreen clean from vape juice?
Lick it.
You really don't. It's easier in the summertime, but the cooler it is, the more it condenses on there. So I do my windows on the inside of the truck probably 4 to 5 times a week.
Oh, wow. I have lost my tools.
That's the only. Somebody did tell me inside of the windows with the rain decks, like to make it anti-fog on the inside of the windshield.
I've heard this, yeah.
Yeah, but I found, for me at least, that really did not make a difference.
Okay, interesting. Because I thought about if that worked, I'd put them on my glasses, my reading glasses that I can't find right now.
I use if you use a good ammonia base, and I got to clean it again.
Ammonia-based cleaner?
Yeah, like Windex with ammonia, or what I use, they sell in the truck stops over here. It's called Clean Do, I think, CLINGDO. But it's just a spray can of window cleaner.
Smokey, that's funny because when I was growing up, that's how my mom used to make us clean the windows. We would get the glass cleaner and get old newspaper, wad it up, and that's how we would clean the glass. Was with newspaper.
I don't worry about cleaning the window. I figure if I can't see it coming, then it's not going to hurt.
Yeah, I got to turn on my fan. I just realized it's not on.
Graham's in the house. Hello, mate.
Clean them would be I like some tea. It's always a surprise.
I'm about to fill up my carbon squonker. I'm putting the juice in it that I want. And I don't enjoy, as much as I try to enjoy a dual coil RDA, I just don't. I just don't enjoy it.
It's like Nick and chocolate, I guess.
Nick, I have a recipe I want you to try.
Yeah, okay, what is it?
It's a chocolate mint. And it has some chocolate in it. Did he make a face? I can't. He's behind my chat.
No, he's move away from the computer very slowly.
But it's, okay. If somebody would have told me a few weeks ago to make it, I would have been like, I'm good. It's not my profile. But okay. So we talked about doing this thing. So it was Simon and I, we were like, let's do this profile and see how we do, how similar we come or non-similar, how different we come up with. So we talked about this last week though, actually. And I was just like blown away at how I enjoyed it. So it's creme de menthe from Flavor's in it. And I am in love with that stuff. And I never would have dreamed I would have liked it.
It's a really nice flavor, eh? It's what's the best way? Close to peppermint, but really, it's an authentic, creme de menthe.
But it's really light. It's not like a heavy peppermint.
No.
At all.
No, it doesn't. Well, depending on the percentage you use, it doesn't take over either, which is pleasant.
Where did it go?
Have you tried Shindo's mint cookies and cream?
No, but I want to after this.
It's good.
I know, Graham. I gotta put. Oh, it's good. Awful. I'm thinking he's saying it's awful. He's saying. Creme de la creme. Yeah.
Now, what did you call it the other day?
Oh God.
Creme de man.
I said we gonna name it. It was god awful. Okay. I said I was typing in the recipe. I mean, what we had made, creme de menthe. I said creme de menthe. What am I typing? And I was like, oh, that's what I'll call it. Creamy men. I'll call it creamy men. Let me find a picture for that. And so anyway, he was like,
not something you want to search on Google. Trust me.
So, Brent, I used a combination of love because I wanted a little white chocolate, and I used Flavor creme de menthe, and Charlie's creme de vanilla. I haven't tried any of those because I just never knew that I would like those, and now I want to try them. And I have another version though where I'm going to try some other different things. So hold on. I have vanilla pudding by Flavora for some cream. And I also have
Vape Train chocolate mousse.
Yes, thank you, Nick. Vape Train chocolate mousse. Oh, and 0.25% of Vape Train dark chocolate. Because it needed that.
It's like a milk chocolate then. Because that Vape Train chocolate mousse steeps out like a milk chocolate rather than at first it is more of a cocoa chocolate, but then when it's
with that little bit of dark chocolate, it kind of deepens it.
Yeah, but with that Vape Train love, it lightens it.
Yeah, but okay. So you would have to taste it. That's all I got to say. Because you also have the creme de menthe. Yes, and white chocolate would also be really nice. So like I said, I have another version that I'm going to mix up because I'm going to use some medicine flower. I felt that might be nice. That dark chocolate.
That's an awesome flavor. The good thing, well, pluses and minuses with mixing chocolates, and most of them taste like burnt shit. If you're over 50 watts, simple as that. If you get a really good chocolate, and MF is one of them, that you can actually push the wattage up a little bit higher and you don't get that burnt feeling to it, which is something that I appreciate for sure, let me tell you. I mean, even the old Innowa milk chocolate, when you crank it right up, it burns and isn't very pleasant.
The thing with chocolate is it's just like bubblegum. It's an experience. So it's hard to replicate that in a vape because when you eat chocolate, it does melt at body temperature, and that's what makes chocolate.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to do a chocolate recipe ever, you've got to use it so that it's not in front. You can't have it as a main note. It's got to be an accent note to something else. And if you do put it in front, then you're going to be vaping it at 30 watts. And
well, I am like that about soda, like Coca-Cola. Like, to me, that is, I can't even fathom vaping a Coca-Cola. Like, I enjoy drinking a Coca-Cola, but I don't want to vape that.
it's like when you've had a big night on the terps and you leave a Coke out on the countertop overnight and then come back and drink it. It's not Coke because it's not fizzy.
It's flat, like.
Yep. And no matter how much you try, you can't get the fizzy into it. Or if you do get the fizzy into it, you can't keep the fizzy in it.
I can do like a Sprite. I can do like a Sprite or something like that, but someone trying to do it. I never mixed Alpha Pudding's 007. I haven't. It's just the whole thought of it. It just doesn't resonate with me to want to do it.
No, I just posted that my version of what you were talking about, Tam. I just chucked it in the chat. The magnificent. Cool, what the fuck?
So, like I said, this vaping, whatever it's called. Tell us again what it's called, Simon. The site, Vaping Community.
Vaping Community. Yeah, it's
that calculator is awesome.
Yeah, we're building a new calculator pretty much from scratch. Well, when I say we, I'm giving Grubby ideas and he's coding it. But we're trying to fill holes that both ELR and ATF have. That little things that are annoyances. Like the database on ELR and well, to a degree, the database on ATF. It's got a set database. There's about 10,600 flavors or so in there.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also do user-defined flavors. So if it's not in the database, you can still put it into a recipe and it goes into a separate database and doesn't affect the main database. But, the issue that we've got is notes, because both ATF and ELR have been going for such a long time. The notes that they've got are superb, and we really don't have that many users to get really good notes on a lot of flavors. And it'll come with time, I guess, but we're still tweaking, we're still sort of changing things. There's a couple of really good features, like the stash management is really easy. It's just tick and flick, like slider bars to add a whole line to your stash, or you can drill down into it and add individuals, which is pretty cool. But there's recipe recovery, so if you accidentally delete something, you can bring it back. There's versioning, so if you've got 10 versions of the same recipe, you can go and look at any version of them that you've got. Because quite often, who hasn't done this, that you've done a recipe and then done another version over the top of that first one, and the first one turns out better. Really sucks when it happens, and you sit there scratching your head and at the time you didn't write the notes, but with this one it automatically versions your recipe, so you can go back to any one of the versions and have a bit of a peeky bow and see what you did with it, which is cool. But Grub's taking a little break at the moment. He's got a bit on, so we'll get back into the nitty gritty of it. But we're constantly changing things, hopefully for the better.
I've enjoyed using it, and I forget sometimes.
It is really easy to use, which is I think the key to things. It's just, as I said, the back end information on percentage usage and notes, etc., are a bit lacking. So you tend to use ELR and ATF in conjunction with if you haven't done your single flavor tests and noted them down.
Right.
But,
Does it show drops? I haven't checked that.
does it?
Yet.
Sorry, Tam, missed that.
Wait, I'm sorry. If you want to mix by drops, will it show that?
No. The 1% are not catered for. But the other thing is that at the moment, the specific gravities are all set at 1 too. So 1 gram equals 1 mil. At some stage I'll go through and add 10,000 specific gravities, but that day is not today.
No, not today. Oh, come on.
Stalker, when you want to favor a recipe, there is at the moment there's no favorites, but if you adapt it to your profile, it's there for good. If you mix someone else's recipe, you've got a little link in the My Recipes, which gives you a copy of all the recipes that you've mixed. So if you mix a recipe and someone has made it private, but it was public at some stage and you mixed it, you can go back to recipes you've mixed and find that exact recipe. So there's no real need to, favorites will probably come, but with those 2 features, I figure we covered the favorite sort of thing. You can adapt to your own profile or just mix the recipe and then have it in your list of recipes mixed. So we'll probably do a favorites, but at some stage, it's right. Somewhere down the track once we get the bones sorted out a little bit better. So, but I'd love to see people releasing recipes and getting onto the forum there. It's a fairly small forum. I think we only hit 200 so far, but I'd love to see people getting on there and giving us ideas and helping us build it into something that you guys want rather than something that we think is necessary. Ideas come from all places and there's nothing off the table at this stage. So, within reason. Within reason, right. But we'll consider any ideas. Bigger ones sometimes take a little bit of time, but the idea is to have a recipe calculator that caters for what the users want, rather than just a static situation where it's what we want and what we think is there. That's not what it's about. It's a community thing. So, we come up with ideas, we might implement them really quickly because they're easy. Mm-hmm. Other ones might take a bit of time, but join the 1% who are using it.
Exactly. Join the 1%. Yeah, that's probably true.
But
have any of you made anything this week?
Oh, I did. Don't know what it tastes like yet.
Yeah, what are you working on that's untested or fully tested?
This tastes good off the knuckle today. I did actually mix something, so I shouldn't say I haven't.
I won't share screen because if I do, it'll break the whole thing.
But, you can copy the link in the chat and I can share screen.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Or whatever you want.
So it's public. There you go, Tam. It's. I think that's the right one. It's ice core sample, which is a bit of the Decadent Vapors absence, which I really, 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 really like.
Wait, which chat did you put it in?
Oh, I just put it in the YouTube chat there.
Oh,
sorry, Tam. I should have done it. I should have done it in the Zoom chat, but yeah, no.
No, it doesn't matter. I'm just like. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay.
Now the crystal blue from Decadent Vapors is also it's fast becoming a favourite of mine. I really like it, but
the toilet water,
the toilet water. If you want to not use something with colouring in it, you're shit out of luck because the absence has colouring in it. But you can use the crystal clear, which is exactly the same concentrate from Decadent Vapors. It just doesn't have the blue colour. Pretty simple mix, but fairly tasty. The absence is fairly prevalent in it up front and finish on an apple, and the pear's just there to modify the apple a little bit. So, but it's a cold apple and absence vape.
An absence. Nice. So I started working on my orange milkshake. Believe it or not, I put it off for a few days or a week or something, and I actually started working on it, and then I was like, let me taste. I didn't really taste it, and I was like, it needs to nap. So hold on.
Stalker, 20 mil tastes different to a 60 mil. You'll find that with a higher volume, you'll probably need a little bit more steep time. As long as you made it exactly the same, it should be exactly the same, but you will need a little bit longer for it to nap.
So okay, let me share this one, and you can look at it and tell me where you think I should add or delete and this is a Mullenberry Kimnovatic creation. And what I was going for is a orange, orange cream shake right there. Orange cream shakes. What is this? So it's a vanilla ice cream shake, if you will, a vanilla milkshake, and it has orange juice, orange in it, and has tartness in it. So when I first did it, I didn't have nectar peach in it, and it was just missing that. It just was blah. That makes sense. It had a little orange in it, but not any. Oh, so I added a little nectar peach. It's getting there, but I don't know if maybe that rainbow sherbet could be bumped up or.
Rainbow sherbet isn't what you call sherbet. I don't know if you know that.
Oh, so it's a sorbet. So Americans call sorbet sherbet, don't they, Nick? I think that's how it works.
Rainbow sherbet is granulated sugar and malic acid.
Yeah.
Over here, and that's what that is. That's what Mullenberries is.
Yeah, that's what it is over here as well.
But okay, Paul was saying that it's what you would add to make like an orange drink.
He's thinking like a tang, the powdered orange drink.
Yeah. So I was thinking that would probably might work well in it because it might have that tartness that I would want for that orange drink.
Well, out of the 6 flavors you've used there, Tam, I've got donuts. There's 0 of them.
So maybe I should just take out the rainbow sherbet, and that vanilla ice cream seems really low, but in my opinion, just off the initial test, it's really strong. So I don't know.
Yeah, that creamy vanilla's got a powdery taste to it as well. It's like a powdered vanilla.
Yeah, like that custard you like.
Yeah.
Oh, Benno's in the chat. Woohoo!
Benno! Oh, I was just thinking about him the other day. All good. He's my boy too. He's my son. Not really my son, but I used to call him my boy.
Mullenberry milkshake's got butterscotch in it as well.
Butterscotch?
Butterscotch in it, yeah.
Oh, so you're just telling me just to throw it in the trash? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm just saying if that's where you want to go. Yeah, I'm just wondering if you knew that I had butterscotch in it before you put it in.
Well, I was trying to be sweet to Mullenberry for a minute, but I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't.
Well, no, it's your prerogative. I mean, I just didn't know. I just didn't know what you were going for. I just wanted just trying to. Oh, fuck it.
Well, I'm still playing with it, so it's just, and like I said, it's been off like a couple of weeks. So sweet tangerine flavor art. Oh, that's a good idea, Bryn. Yeah. It's good to see you, Benno. I missed you. I don't even see where you said hello.
Yeah, Tam, I just posted a recipe in the Zoom chat for you, the one I'm working on. I won't make it public yet because it's still a work in progress, but off the knuckle, it's tasting pretty good. I haven't vaped it yet, but a little bit different.
I'm going to let you say the name. I'll mess it up.
No, we can't elope.
Okay. There you go. I was gonna say it all one word, elope to stir. I thought it was one word, but it's elope, just not elope tester. Okay. All right. I thought it was.
Just for me, it's easier if I have I just put in brackets tester if I haven't finalized the recipe. So.
And then you could put final. I've noticed that. Okay.
Yep. Just makes it easier when I'm sorting through shit. But on that one, currently the cantaloupe's pretty strong, so I'll probably dial that back a bit. But the cantaloupe and the banana ripe, because the banana ripe's a really realistic banana. A little bit of blueberry just to chuck in there, but the strawberry doesn't come through much. It's certainly cantaloupe heavy, that concentrate, but yeah, quite nice. I haven't, as I said, vaped it yet. I've just knuckle tested it, and how you sort of go, oh yeah, this is going to work. So
yeah.
That one should be all right. Just needs a little bit of tweaking percentage wise, but if anyone wants a proper banana, that Flavor Revolution
That's a good one.
is a really good one, and it's also good paired up with. You could actually get a nice straight banana cream with banana ripe, probably banana puree, and that Tahitian vanilla cream, which is also pretty good.
I love that Tahitian vanilla cream.
Yeah, another good one from Frank.
Yeah, he has some good ones.
Absolutely.
Okay, beautiful. Okay, it is almost 5 o'clock. Is that witching hour for you? Oh, he's gonna share the screen. Okay, cool. Let's go, Nick.
Blueberry almond custard.
So
good.
You haven't released this yet, am I right?
No.
Okay, good.
Only made it Thursday, but it's good. You can drop the gizzard brew out, but it's just like a good backbone. Like for a custard, you're not gonna pick anything out from it. It's just good backbone for a custard. Yeah, blueberry, VSO, best blueberry, I think. Pure flavor was good, but I don't know, VSO just tops it a little bit. Backed up with blueberry from Mullenberry. Legendary custard, because that's my new favorite custard. Sugar cookie, another staple in my custards. Super sweet. A staple in every one of my recipes.
Do you taste without the sweetener first, Nick, or do you just add it by default?
No, I'll put it in, and if it's too sweet, I'll take it out.
So what if you try it without?
Huh?
Have you ever tried mixing and then not have it, and then?
Sometimes, yeah. Like I made that. Not change all the light, didn't I? And that you couldn't taste the whole point of the recipe through the sweetener, so I had to drop the sweetener out. But it's still good.
Okay.
I can vape without sweetener. I just, because I'm used to making one shots, I make for.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just used to having it now. I just put it in, and then if it's too sweet, I'll take it out. But I pretty much know what
Oh yeah, you know where it's going, so you know whether you need or
Yeah.
not. I was just curious because, like I'm the opposite. We'll mix everything without sweetener and get it right, and then if I feel it needs it, I'll add a little stevia or sweetness from Flavora.
Yeah, well, that's subjective again, isn't it?
Yeah.
I could vape all day without sweetener quite easily, but
Comes down to a bit of laziness too. Is I hate re-wicking. So
yeah, well,
Yeah,
I re-wick all the time anyway because I just want to get the best out of. If I'm going to be vaping all day, I just want to get the best out of.
Stalker has a question, Nick, about sugar cookie from Capella. Do you find that it gets less to replace it after 6 months because it gets weaker as a concentrate itself?
It probably does, yeah. Fresh says that, doesn't he? It probably does, yeah. But I use quite a lot of it, so I don't think I've ever had a bottle that's been older than 6 months, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I know what sugar cookie does, and I know if like it's getting weaker, I'd tell, and I'd just check the bottle out.
Right, you can smell it, and
yeah, as far as like the New Mexico, I got some honeycomb custard that's like months old, and I've had some that's been a year old, but I haven't really tasted a drop in the sugar cookie from it. But then again, it's only there to like bolster the whole recipe. It's not there as like a sugar cookie recipe. It's not
right.
It's not like a custard sugar cookie. It's a custard just with the sugar cookie as an additive. I think that's the best way to use sugar cookie really as an additive.
Mm-hmm.
Like it does get too stodgy.
Oh, I like that word, stodgy.
Yeah, it does get a bit stodgy if you use it as like a main flavor.
Yeah, I'm the same, Graham, and I have a bottle that I know it's got to be a year old or something, and I know it's still good. It smells good, and then I bought a bottle that's like a month old because I'm like, oh, I heard it's gonna go bad. It smells the same, so I think it's just, I don't know. Maybe it depends on where you get it. I don't know. It's crazy.
Well, I'd say, as Stalker said, look, I mean, by the time it gets to Australia, and it's not super fast selling.
Yeah,
there's not that many. There's you might be buying sugar cookie that's a year old in the bottle when you get it.
It's true.
Yeah.
This is true.
If you buy it from somewhere that has a high turnover, hint, chefs, then you're likely to get one a little bit fresher. That's all.
Right.
And no, not disparaging any of the Australian distributors or anything like that. It's just, they don't have the turnover that your Nick Rivers and Bull City have, and chefs. It's they buy and it might sit around for a little while. It's
constant stock rotation, and every bottle you get is probably about the same age.
Yep, exactly. So when it comes down to it, you sort of go, oh, well, if you're buying a big bottle, anything above 4 ounces, I would certainly be looking at getting it from a higher turnover distributor. So,
but if it's not rebottled, you got to think, did they
mix before they bottled it, and did they shake their 44-gallon drum?
But is it a bottle that was sitting in their shelf for like 2 years already? Like when they put it in your box. That's the thing. Or was it? I know when I worked in.
What if you bought? Go ahead.
Oh. No, go ahead. I'm just thinking back to my days in retail, and we had to rotate stock.
Oh, I was just thinking. Yeah, I was just thinking because, like, sometimes it's more economical to buy a big bottle. Or do you think it would be advantageous if we buy the 4-ounce bottle, not using like an refrigerator? Do you think that would keep it from fading?
Yeah, you're breaking up pretty bad there, Mike. I can't really get you.
I think he's asking, would it be best to buy a bigger bottle or buy the smaller bottle?
Well, it depends. Like if you don't want to, if you use a lot of it, but buy a big one. But you're going to buy a big one that's going to be fresher from a high turnover. But again, the small bottle is going to be fresher by the time you finish it. So it's 6 of one, half tons of the other. If you use a lot of it, then for sure buy a big one. But I mean, with the way that the amount you've got to pay for shipping into Australia, you may as well just get a 4 ounce and say, yep, done, and just use it as you use it.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that, like flavors dying off. It's just an uncontrollable parameter. You can't like make an order and then in the notes request a freshest bottle, please. You can't ask.
I can ask. Doesn't mean I'm gonna get it.
What you'll get is a new label.
Bottled on.
Yeah, that's what
yesterday. So yeah, when it comes down to it,
heifer just asked for fuck her. I'm gonna get the oldest one I can find.
I mean, you could do that. You could ask for a bottle that's fresh, and you could ask for a bottle that
as a comparison, yeah, or you buy from a low volume distributor.
Yeah, or just order a bottle and compare it with the older one that you've got.
Like there was talk a while back about Inawa biscuit being reformulated. I'm not 100% convinced it's been reformulated. I think you've got a batch difference in colour and probably a little bit of smell. But I mean, I've compared the two, and after a steep, I don't find any difference between them. Like I single flavour tested an old bottle that I had and a new bottle that I bought, and they both ended up in the same place, but freshly mixed they were different. So whether they've got a different supplier for one of their components or not, I don't know, but I don't think it's been reformulated. But again, it's who knows.
When you make toast in the morning and toast at night, you're not going to get the same outcome.
Pretty much, because you're always drunk at night. You always burn your toast.
Stalker, if you have that happen, shake it really, really good and let it shake. And if it still is clumpy, I want to say get a hot bottle of water. And then Smokey's going to tell you the better way to do it than what I'm going to tell you. So don't listen to me. So you tell him what to do. Just shake it really, really good. But if it's still clumpy after that, I would toss it. But I was gonna say put it in some hot water to get it warm.
Just warm tap water, not boiling water or anything like that. Just a bit of warm tap water, and if the lumps don't dissolve, I'd 86 it. But I mean, you get if you. I mean, it being winter in Australia at the moment, and the weather getting down, you do get a couple of concentrates that you might find get crystalline. They get a little bit of crystal in them. Some of that, I think most of it's ethyl maltol, but it recrystallizes, but it'll redissolve again. So I don't know whether that's the case in this instance, but yeah, just warm water bath it, tap water, and give it a shake, see what happens.
My
soccer post to pick.
Flavor apprentice acetylpyrazine does that. Chris is a lot.
Yeah, there's I mean, and you can see if you keep a bottle of Inawera biscuit out, you'll get a crusty biscuit round the top of it, which looks exactly like a biscuit, and it's the same sort of thing.
You ever
Maybe
try
that's
it?
what they do. PG, and they just crush biscuits up.
Yeah, that'd be it for sure.
That's why it's been reformulated. They use the wrong biscuits.
Different biscuits sitting there. But all good. But yeah, look, I mean, when it comes to storing flavors and stuff like that, temperature and light your enemies, and it won't kill your flavors. Don't stress terribly about it. It's the change that you'll get in your flavors isn't going to make them taste like shit. What it will do is it'll probably dial them back a bit in strength. They don't go off like milk, It's just a strength issue. And you can work around that. It just means that when someone comes in to make your recipe, it might not quite taste the same.
So if you've got a dark bottle of rich cinnamon, just use it at 5% and you'll be all right.
Yeah, absolutely. Because who doesn't like rich cinnamon at 5%? Honestly, you know, you haven't lived.
Frank was saying earlier, you try everything once, so
if it's good, go back to it. Yeah, no, that's
somebody did something like that the other day. Who was that? No, what flavor was that? Somebody did at 5%. It wasn't rich.
Oh, it was Aaron when he missed his point in the cookie dough. He missed putting a decimal point.
Dough. Oh, yeah.
Cookie dough at 5%. He's seeing if it steeps out. You know, I say good luck with that, but
yeah.
I don't think a steep will help it, but never know.
You never know. You never know. It may be the best cookie ever.
Actually, let's not go with you'll never know, because we do. It won't work.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No.
Okay.
Graham, no one's actually going to do that.
Rich cinnamon at 5%. Is Liana in the house? Because I think she vaped it at 4. That would have been. Oh yeah, wood spice. How about taro at anything above 0%?
If she vaped rich cinnamon at 4%, she's not in the house anymore.
Yeah, no. She said she got a headache from it and made her feel sick. Not surprised, really. Got to say. But that was live. That was on the was it the Con Ground?
Oh, let's see. Yes, I baked it at 4% and promptly got a headache. Oh, for the bilberry. Okay, yeah, I didn't know she did that. Okay, let's see what we got.
Yeah, bilberry at 4% is another one, Joel. Or Saskatoon berry, I believe you're the creator thereof. But that anything above 1. You know, you're going to find out that you're not going to like that very much.
Okay, I'm going to share his picture and let Smokey look at it.
What picture?
Of his bottle of juice.
Oh, yeah.
Here. This is his chocolate Deutsch.
Deutsch. Yeah. Deutsch. Yeah, heat will probably get rid of that.
Yeah,
that's a load of Deutsch floating on top there.
It's what?
A load of Deutsch. That's what's on top, a load of Deutsch.
Yeah, now it's just chocolate. So if you get rid of the Deutsch off the top, you'll be fine.
Yeah,
yeah, it looks like the AP is what it looks like.
That's the cakey bits.
It may well be. So yeah, look, I would tap bath that and give it a really good shake, and see if it homogenizes.
Before we head out, I just want to share one other thing really quick. I just got to see where it is. Right here. Can you tell us about this? Really quick.
That's my friend's dog de Bordeaux, who's adopted a lamb. Because it's an abandoned lamb, and when you go round to his house, I went round there yesterday, and both the lamb and the dog come bolting out to greet me. The lamb thinks it's a dog, and the dog thinks it's a lamb. It's so funny.
I just think that's absolutely adorable, so I had to throw it in there. So yeah.
Pretty funny. It's lambing season here, so you know, if mothers have twins and can't support the second one, they tend to abandon them. So they get hand reared and put back in the paddock when they're a little bit bigger.
Oh, here we go. Oh shit! Sorry. I don't know, Graham. I don't know that there's hope for this one. Hold on. I think you need to ask for a new bottle. I think you need to call somebody and say I need a new bottle.
Oh,
that lid is broken. That lid is broken.
Yeah, not sure I'd be vaping that, but that's what the top. That's what the top of Inawera biscuit looks like if you leave it for a while. It goes that crusty.
That's the trash. That goes in the trash.
That looks like fucking radioactive waste.
Call Bryson.
I was going to say, it looked like you ran out of toilet paper.
and say, look,
Oh,
my
wow.
strawberry smash is
That
smashed.
bottle of right shape.
My strawberry smashed, and I need a new smash. There you go. I wouldn't mess with that. Trucker, you got this look on your face like
Strawberry smash trash.
it got smashed.
Yeah, not.
My bottle of rich cinnamon looks like that because
I watched part of Fresh 03.
Have you running a dilution of your rich cinnamon, Nick?
Yeah, I've got both. I've got the
If you dilute it, it tends to get lumpy.
Like Nick said a while ago, that bottle definitely looked like it had some Deutsch on top of it.
But yeah, I've seen a few people's dilution of rich cinnamon go a little bit lumpy.
No, mine's all right in a minute.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no.
Actually, something that popped up on ELR, which is kind of interesting, was a couple of the guys were talking about palm VG and soy rapeseed VG and coil life, which is pretty interesting. And if you sort of want to find out if you've got one or the other, if you look into a white bottle, they're different colors. One's green, has a green tint to it, and one has a blue tint to it. So, you'll find that the palm is a little bit sweeter than soy rapeseed, but they do have a different color. So if you look into it with a white bottle, you'll see green or blue. I can't find the link right now on ELR, but they've just got a slightly different tint. So if you're ever wondering, that would be the reason. Just random.
Random thoughts for the day.
Yeah, random thought for the day. I should probably say that the rapeseed is slightly green and the palm is slightly blue. Just in case anyone gave a shit.
No. Stalker asked if we were watching Fresh 03, and that's why I said that. So I don't know what it was in reference to. But so I probably am missing part of the chat that's talking about it. So I don't know. I bought that. Okay, I'm not even gonna read it. Never mind.
Harsh. I am harsh.
Straight out the paddling pool.
I'm still mine's on order. My pool.
I've got a pool. You can't mix without a pool. Anyway, enough of that. Let's not talk about that.
Yes, go. Okay, so it's 5:20. We should probably wrap this up. And I don't know how good we did with 1%, but we did what we could with 1%. But I think we're pretty good.
Good 10 minutes of content out of that.
Well,
Good job,
there's simply not that many 1% recipes around. Let's say that.
About
no, you should start naming the shows after we've done them.
Yeah, good plan. This was planned to be a 1%, but we talked about random shit.
Lambs and lumpy Deutsch.
Yeah, when this goes, Tam, I don't know whether you can edit the title. We'll just call it Lumpy Deutsch.
Absolutely, I can do whatever. It doesn't matter.
The show about a lumpy Deutsch. Yep, beautiful. Everyone will watch that for sure.
So, but thank you, Paul. Oh, God, I'm reading the chat, looking at Paul. I'm hearing this la, la, in my ear, and I don't know who it is.
I think Mike's got connectivity.
Yeah, he does. He's like frozen.
Currently he's deep in thought.
Yes.
And frozen.
What? was on. I was trying to keep away. Oh, yeah. So, okay. So thanks everybody for watching our 1%, even though you're like, what is 1%? What are we talking about 1%? Because I didn't put any details. And I hope he doesn't drive like that stalker. That would not be good. And make sure, oh gosh, tonight at 9 p.m. US Eastern Standard Time. And that's real. Here we go again with the wigs. Last week we got out. We got out without any wigs, but this week we're doing it again.
That's me. I want that hair. That's just that's luxurious.
Yeah. So okay.
I was a bit worried there, Nick. I think I thought you might have accidentally screen shared your where you buy all your sex toys, but it's all good.
That's, oh my God. Oh, Graham has one of those. Nice. So, okay. All right. So make sure 9 p.m. US Eastern Standard Time you watch Mixing in the Kitchen After Dark with Daytime Frank. And I think tonight Fresh is going to be on there. So if you want to have more eye contact and boob seeping.
Is that? Oh, actually, that brings up another thing, Nick. Did you really think that Real Flavors post with the hashtag Nick Evans?
Hold on.
No.
Hold on. Do I
did stare at it. I did stare at it for a minute. I thought, the fuck is this guy?
Hold on. Yeah, Real Flavors honored Nick. And if people don't know what about, you'll have to just go back and look at the chef photos from the oh my God, I gotta find it. Give me a minute.
Chef Fest.
Chef Fest, when Nick was posing in his towel in his hotel room. Like a
man come to clean the pool.
Yes. So and you could see his whatever. Anyway. So you would get it
you could not see anything.
Okay, whatever you say, Nick. Feel good about yourself. But Real Flavors saw it and they were so impressed that they honored him with a flavor of the week for Nick. And I will share this with everyone. Right here. Okay. So, flavor spotlight, Nick Evans cucumber. Cucumber. So there we go. So if you don't get the joke, you can contact me later. I will. Or should I just share the picture later on the Facebook page? Or should I put that as our never mind.
Have you got a soundbite for? Have you got a soundbite for bow waka wow wow?
There you go. So anyway, they really didn't do that. That was Photoshop. Thanks to Simon. So.
Saw the shot. Had to take it, Nick.
Speechless. He's speechless.
I'm speechless.
I should post it up on Oota, I think.
Oh, so Graham got he was honored by Wonder Flavors for African corn cucumber. Oh my, that's a good one. Okay,
rib,
so tonight
rib for your pleasure.
Oh wow, we got see what happens when you get a sidetrack.
No, Mike's gone. That's the problem. That's what happens. Off target.
Get sidetracked with wigs, and then we got off into your cucumbers. See what happened? Okay, so tonight, 9 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time, Mixing in the Kitchen After Dark, more fun. Tomorrow, girls. Tomorrow, lots of fun again. I don't know who we are. O'hmies at 4 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. And Vixen's at 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time. And I don't know what else comes on after all that. And then Monday we have Noted. Not we, but there is Noted for DIYers. And then Tuesday there's Developed. Yes, at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And Tuesday there's also at some time Fresh 03. And I'm trying to say that, and I can't even come up with everything else. Thursday is Developed. And after that, I'm pretty much done.
I know you got Steve. Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's it. He's sharing it himself.
But don't forget Steve and Azra on Thursday night, your time, Friday, our time.
Yes, Thursday night at 10 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time.
Australian 12 lunchtime. So I always watch it stuffing a sandwich into my gob. Getting crumbs on my keyboard.
And I'm lucky to be awake with I worked this past week. I did good.
Mr. Ed.
You asked for it. You got it.
Okay, mate. Mike's back, so we're all good. We're back on target now.
See what happens? The trucker leaves and we get all sidetracked. And there he goes again. Okay, we're wrapping it up, Mike. So I told everybody what to watch this week. Of course, it's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. But anyway, we'll see you guys on the flip side.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.
Bye. Oh, yeah. Gotta go do magic work.
Press buttons.
Yeah. I always am oh, yeah. I'm supposed to